Hi, today I'm reviewing the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. So, Hourglass has come out with a few new products, one of them being their highly anticipated Veil Translucent Setting Powder, at least highly anticipated by me. I love their dim light setting powder. They've got a few different colors of these, but I use these regularly. If you're not familiar, they're quite beautiful, and they make you look like you actually have a little bit of like a soft candlelight around you. But I was anticipating their Veil setting powder, their translucent one, because it works better for setting like under eye or baking your under eye area. And especially if you have drier skin, or even sometimes in the summer, more oily skin, sometimes their ambient setting light powders just didn't do enough justice, especially sometimes in the summertime. It just didn't provide enough absorption, especially even people with drier skin, or people with more oily skin, or people that just don't like the soft light look. So I was very excited for this to come out, and it highly approve of it. Actually, overall, I was very surprised pleasantly with it. So let me let you guys know my thoughts of it. So first of all, my first criteria is packaging.
Who's in the box? What's in the box?
And they've done quite a nice job with their packaging for this. I mean, it's a little large, but their packaging tends to be a little bit bigger than a lot of other products or other brands. But actually, if you go inside, it's got the beautiful little H. And if you look at the cap, it does a clever little job of kind of holding in the powder so it doesn't get to be too messy, making it a little more travel friendly. So it's got a little bit of a almost foam around it, so it holds in the powder so you don't open up the jar and every 0.36 ounce of powder comes flying out at you. So they've done quite a nice job with that. I really like it, and it makes it easier to kind of scoop it up onto your brush without getting clumps of it. It's kind of an issue I've had with a lot of setting powders. So they've done a great job with their packaging. Love it. And it's got a nice luxe feel to it. So they did a great job there. My second criteria is alcohol.
Do you think that doing alcohol is cool?
And thankfully, this does not contain any denatured alcohol. My third criteria is fragrance.
What is that smell?
And this doesn't contain any fragrance either. So they've done a good job with that. A lot of powders do contain fragrance or sketchy ingredients, so they've done a good job with that. Their fourth criteria is manufacturing location. These are made in the U.S.
Made in America.
So no issues there. My fifth criteria is ease of use.
It was easy.
And like I said, it's very easy to use. I like how they've done their jar so you don't get like a huge clump of everything on the end of your powder brush. There's like the new Becca Hydra Mist, I think it's called, setting powder. Every time I go in to scoop a little bit of that out, I end up with like a giant clump of it on the end of my brush. And I like how they did this with the H in the middle with the cap that kind of prevents it from flying out everywhere. So it's very easy to scoop up and apply. Applies very easily, so spreads nicely. So they've done a good job with that. Number 6 is antioxidants and pigmentation, or in this case, lack of pigmentation is kind of what we're looking for with a translucent setting powder. And they've done a good job with this. It doesn't alter the color of foundation at all. I don't even know if I can apply it to my hand, and you probably can't even see it, but I'm wearing it on my face. But it doesn't alter the shade of foundation at all. So it's very translucent, especially using it on your under eye area. Yeah, it's nearly invisible, so they've done quite a good job with that. And Hourglass usually doesn't disappoint, and they haven't here either. So very easy to use. And then pigmentation, pretty much no pigmentation, which is hard to do for a translucent setting powder. Most of them aren't really translucent, but this one is pretty translucent. So my 7th criteria is animal testing.
If there's going to be any animal testing, I'm going to do it.
And Hourglass is cruelty-free, so they've done a good job with that. Number 8 is performance.
And I stand by my performance.
and this performs quite well. It does a nice job setting, applies nicely. You can use it to bake on your under eyes, and it does a good job with that. It absorbs any visible oil, but doesn't accentuate any dry patches on the skin, which is very hard to do for most setting powders. At some point during the day, end up either kind of leaving you looking oily or cakey or accentuating dry patches, and this doesn't do any of those. So they've done quite a good job with this. So it performs great. I'm loving it. In fact, I think this might kind of replace my dim lighting powder, my ambient lighting powder. We'll see. I don't know. Perhaps just during the summer when things get to be more humid and things, and you're not looking as much for a glow look because you already have it. So perhaps that might kind of take over for that. My number 9 criteria is price.
The price is wrong.
And it is a little more expensive. It's $46. If you can catch it on sale, definitely do so. But it's $46 or $46 for 0.36 ounces, which is a little bit more than you get in a lot of higher end brand setting powders. So you get a little bit more powder, in my opinion, than you do with a lot of other brands. So it isn't crazy expensive, but it's definitely up there. So, but again, I haven't found many cheaper brands that can rival this. The only other brand I can really think of that has a setting powder is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I love that one too. But that one, I think I still prefer the Hourglass to that one. So that says a lot because that's one of my favorites. So, and then number 10 is the It Factor. And
Is it awesome?
It's pretty awesome.
this definitely does have the It Factor for me. I love Hourglass. I love most of the things that their brand comes out with. They don't introduce a lot of products frequently, but it seems like the products that they do introduce are well thought out, well crafted, well created, and well packaged, and well marketed. So definitely has the It Factor for me. I'm loving how they did this case so that you don't get all the extra powder flying around. That was ingenious to me. A lot of companies now have their setting powders where they have a little cap inside, and this is just absolutely beautiful. So they've done quite a great job with this setting powder. I'll definitely be continuing to use it, and we'll see, perhaps my ambient lighting powder might take a little bit of a back road. I don't know. We'll see with that. But overall, on the Sarah scale of 1 to 10, this got a 9 out of 10, which is quite good. They've done a good job with this. So certainly worth checking out if you have especially dry skin. Even if you have oily skin, you can probably use this without looking very cakey, but I love how this doesn't accentuate any dry patches. And I love that it also doesn't contain any fragrance or anything like that. And it is truly one of the more translucent setting powders that I've seen. So they've done a great job with this. So I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet or not. And if so, what your thoughts were. Or if you've used any of the Hourglass ambient light powders or bronzer powders or blush powders or highlighter powders. If so, which one do you use and how do you like it? I love their bronze powders too, so I'll probably have to pick up a full size of that one of these days. But anyway, so leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least one new review every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net and the Amazon link below. And if you want to help support the channel, give this review a thumb up. Thank you so much, guys.